So I'm going to feed the trolls here for a second. How do scientists come up with this? How did they know, or how do they theorize that a Megalodon went after a shovel-jawed mastodon? That's a very good question. Scientists weren't there. We don't know what actually happened, but I'll tell you how we come to such theories. Like all of science, they are based on observations. So a quick little factoid that might surprise a lot of people: we don't have a whole lot of Megalodon left over that we can observe. Like all sharks, like most sharks at least, their bodies are comprised of cartilage. Their bones, so to speak, are made of cartilage, and they disintegrate and deteriorate over time. Very rarely does cartilage fossilize. All we really have of Megalodon, for the most part, are its teeth and a partial fossilized jaw. That's it. We find a lot of Megalodon teeth in what we call kill sites, where we can see the Megalodon was feeding on things, feeding on creatures, such as this shovel-jawed mastodon. In fact, we have in our collection evidence of a Megalodon bite mark, gouge, in a vertebrae. You can see where the tooth fits perfectly within the vertebrae of the animal. And that's how you can theorize, okay, well, if the shoe fits, if the tooth fits, then obviously this animal chewed on, or there's a very high likelihood that this animal chewed upon, fed upon the carcass of this other animal. So because we found evidence of Megalodon feeding upon the shovel-jawed mastodon, that's how we can come up with displays such as this. One thing that's interesting is we find a lot of Megalodon teeth in riverbeds. So in South Carolina, in North Florida, I know for a fact they find a lot of Megalodon teeth. Well, why is that? Didn't Megalodon live in the deep oceans? Yes, it did. Towards the end of its life cycle, the food supply was running out, different extinction events may have occurred. So Megalodon, in a last-ditch effort to feed itself, started moving out of deep water to more shallow waters, to more kind of brackish waters, different estuaries and rivers that met the ocean. So they would swim up the river where they could fit, and we see modern sharks do this today to find the food. So Megalodon, during the bulk of its existence, would have fed on whales and other creatures like that. Towards the end of their existence, towards the end of their desperation to survive, they would start feeding on ancient elephants, mastodons, and the like. So this depiction of Megalodon swimming in shallow water to get to the mastodon is not out of question, because we find Megalodon teeth at the kill sites with mastodons in riverbeds. So with all of that information, with all of that observation, that's how scientists theorize displays such as this being representative of how the animals lived and how the animals died. I think that's super cool.